Hello guys, I hope you are doing very well today. There was a video I made regarding enterprise voice, and there are some questions that followed that I want to address with this video. So I created a user and I called the user enterprise voice. So what I want to achieve with this is if you come here, for example, you're going to see that I have phone number assigned to this user called modadmin. But if I check this user, he does not have anything here. He does not have diepad here in Teams. So the essence of this video is to see how we could make this user enterprise voice enabled. Okay, so now looking at this place, right, you would understand that enterprise voice user does not have diepad in Teams. So how do you resolve that? One license this user needs, phone system, and then the need for calling plan depends on if he also wants to use Microsoft as his provider, or he can go to third party using direct routing or operator connect. But the user we are going to be making use of today, who is called enterprise voice, is solely going to be using Microsoft calling plan. Now if you do get yes online user for this guy from Teams, from PowerShell here, which I already have here opened, let me just do CLS and then to clear these guys off, and then if I come back here and do get yes online user identity for this guy here and I run this command, then you would find out that enterprise voice is turned off for this user, and that is the reason why he is not able to make call. Enterprise voice enabled is false. Look at it here. So coming back to the admin center, there are two licenses that this user will need, which are the phone system license and then the calling plan license. Now phone system license comes with E5 rather, and then it already has domestic calling plan here. And then coming back to this, it has E5, and just checking down here, you will see that Microsoft phone system license is an add-on that comes with the E5 license. Let's just take our time to look for that license here in the list. Phone system, yeah, it's coming from E5. Look at it. So now the other thing we can do, let's not uncheck. The other thing we can do is also to check this user's location, because that matters a lot when assigning the number to him. If the user is in the US, then the phone number that is going to be assigned to the user must also be a US phone number. So if a user is in the UK, the number that is going to be assigned to the user must also be in the UK. Now this guy has no region, so we want to set him to the US, because the number we are going to acquire or purchase is going to be a US phone number. So let's first of all have this user in the US region. Okay, now how do we get those phone numbers? We come to teams.microsoft.com first, teams.microsoft.com, and then what we'll do, let me just come back here, right? So because if we do this admin.microsoft.com rather, you're going to land here on this page. So what you can do is to come to voice down below here, and then you go to phone numbers, and then if you check down below, you find that I only have one phone number, and that's what is assigned to modadmin. If you remember, 69, that's what is assigned to modadmin here. So let's come back here to obtain that phone number. So what we'll do is to click on add, then we can call this number. Let's just give him a name, and we'll just call him enterprise voice, since that's the guy we are going to give the number. It doesn't really matter, right? So let's just do this and then paste it back, and we are looking for a United States phone number, and then definitely it's going to ask us the number type, and we are going for user subscriber number. And then how many numbers do we need? I just want one, you know. So now the next question is my location. Is just to know the emergency location that I want to. I have that user in the US, you know. So I will just take this 115 Kelly Johnson, and then I will just select. Then that means that's the user's emergency location, and then the area code there is 719. So what I will do, I will just hit on next, and then it will ask me to wait for the numbers to get populated for me to choose, and it's going to just be one number because I'm only ordering for one. So let's just wait patiently while, yeah, it's suggesting this phone number. So there is a countdown here. If I don't like this number, I'm just going to wait. But for this time, it is holding this number for me to decide if I am going to be using this number, right? But I feel it's fine. It's just for demo. It's ending with 013. So I will just place order, and now I will have the phone number available for me in a bit. So let's just hold on. Yeah, so thank you for placing the order. Let's just do this, and then that phone number should show up now under my phone numbers, and it should be showing unassigned. This one is assigned to mod admin, and this is not assigned yet. So what we would do to assign that phone number, we could do it from PowerShell, but let's just before we do that, if you look at here, um, there is where we're going to see the phone number assigned. I think let's not waste our time with that. Once I give the phone number to this user, of course it's going to populate here when we check back on the user's attributes. Sorry about that. So now if you come to this place, so you can use PowerShell to give the phone number. If you just go to the web and say PowerShell to assign phone number to user, also set yes phone number assignment. Yeah, so this is the PowerShell command that is going to come up. That is just for you to know. So if the user is making use of calling plan, then this is what you just use. So you just come here, but I'm not going to use PowerShell because some persons may not feel comfortable with that. But if I wanted to use PowerShell, this is what I would just do. Of course, what's the user's email address? I will just take this to this place, and then Ctrl C, I will replace it with this, and then I will just go into my admin center again, and then get that phone number that was given to the user. So let's just go back. This is the phone number, right, that we obtained. So what we just do is just to copy the phone number, come to our PowerShell, replace this guy with it, and very importantly, you must close the gaps in between. So if I hit this, I said I was not going to use PowerShell, but I'm already done putting it together. Don't you think I should just hit it? So let me just hit it, right? And yeah, it will just go, and then that phone number in a bit will be assigned to that user once this command runs successfully. So that phone number is already assigned to the user. So if I'm going back to run this command here, and then to just give me the user's attribute, and I'm expecting that phone number to show up somewhere here. Yeah, look at it. Let's just scroll up, and then you see that the phone number is assigned under line URI. Now if we come back to the admin center and refresh this, then we are going to see that the phone number is going to be assigned to the user, and when we go to Teams, it is expected that that phone number should now be showing up on that die pad for the user. If you check here now, let me just drag it over. Yep, so you can see that this phone number is now assigned to this guy called Enterprise Voice. So what I want to do, I have done PowerShell in a way, so I will come back to use GUI to show you how to assign phone number for those who will not be comfortable using PowerShell. So this is the guy, right? Let's just refresh here and see what happens now. So I'm expecting this to come up, if I thought there's going to be a delay, it should not be more than 2 hours, but we can just be very lucky to just come up, or we sign out and then sign back in, and then it should be fine. So let me just refresh once, and if it doesn't work, I will just try and sign out and sign back in. But that is how to assign phone. Yeah, sure, it's just here. So that phone number is assigned to this user now, and he can now make phone call to the other user. What's that guy's phone number? Let's play with this guy. Let's get his phone number, and then let's take it to the other guy. So let's try to make the very first phone call from this guy. So he's just going to paste mod admin's phone number here, and he's going to just ring him, and I'm expecting that mod admin should have a call ringing him very soon in the other side, right? Okay, so mod admin is being called. Let me come to where mod admin is signed. So I'm expecting, yeah, you can see that the call has just come in from mod admin, and he can take the call and discuss with enterprise user. Okay, so I'm sorry for the noise, just hold on, let me quickly go to that side and end the call. So yeah, sure. So that is done, but I want us to use the GUI to assign phone number, because I was just carried away and I used the PowerShell to assign that phone number. So let's just quickly get a user that has E5, then release a license from that user, and then give it to a test user that we are going to be creating who has E5 here. Let's take our time to check one guy that has E5 license so that we can just quickly, sure, this is E5 license, tax force 2. So we'll just go to licenses and apps, and then we are just going to remove, so that we can just have spare of this. Of course, you know what I'm talking about. So let's just call this new guy, enterprise voice 2. So let's just click on add enterprise voice 2. Okay, and that's going to be his name. Let's just give him enterprise. We are not going to sign in as this user. So what we just want to do is to see that we assign phone number to him manually. So enterprise mobility, no, we're just looking for E5, license, and then we need to give him domestic calling plan. Yeah, that's the only thing he needs, since we are using enterprise, we are using a Microsoft calling plan. So close, the user is created. Now to phone numbers, and then we just add phone number, and then we can call it enterprise 2, and then we just do the same thing 2, and then we choose the location. Remember, we've not given location to that user we just created, so we're going to do that. If we don't put it in the US, we are not going to be able to assign him a US number, United States. Okay, so number type, of course we are going for user subscriber number, and then we're also going just for one number more. Of course I can do 35 more, but I just want one. I don't want to waste 4 numbers. Okay, so I'll just come to my emergency address and just do maybe the other address. Let me now use Contoso address. I didn't type that, didn't click that, select, yep. So that's going to come, and then yep, I will just choose the area code this, and then next. So that's going to give me the phone number in a bit. Excuse me. So that's coming up. While that is coming up, okay, just wait, and let's just place order, and then let's try assigning that phone number manually to that guy and see the issue we're going to have, because at this point that user has no usage location perhaps. So now we'll come to the phone number that we just got, which is this one here. So what we do is to click on it and then click on edit. So that's how to assign phone number. So you see assign, unassigned. So if I come into Enterprise Voice 2, oh, it's coming up. Let's see. Apply. That's supposed to, okay, good, 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 good. That works. So we are going to do this one is just ceremony. If you can, get from the user can get by having that phone number assigned. So what is mysterious here? Now let me check. What I was expecting to pop up an error for us is the usage location. I mean the user's location, right? So let's check for the guy is enterprise voice 2. That's his name, right? So let's see the user. Yeah, this is him. So let me just check the location of this user. Maybe it defaults to pop on users properties, user information. Maybe it's just picking this location, picking default location as US because the tenant is in the US. But of course, if I have this user location to be in the UK, for example, then this user is not going to have that access to that phone number. So just take note of that. The location of a user determines the phone number that you can assign to that user. I'm just being curious. I want to check the Entra ID for the user location because I know very well that if the user is in another location, you cannot assign that phone number to him or her. So let's check all users, and then we're going to check Enterprise Voice 2. Enterprise Voice 2. Okay, this is the guy here. Okay, so just going to look at his properties, that's all. Let me just click on edit properties just to quickly view through Enterprise Voice 2. Okay, user type member, Enterprise Voice 2. I wanted to see if I would just look at the location here. Job information, let's look at all. Yep. Country is also empty here, but this tenant itself is in the US. Okay, so let me just look at set organization settings, organization profile. Let me see organization information, Redmond, Contoso. Okay, and it's in the United States. So I'm thinking that because the tenant is in the US, so if the user is not giving a location, it's defaulting to US, and that is why it is like this. So if you try this out and have a user located maybe in the UK and you're trying to assign the US phone number to the user, definitely it is going to fail. Now another thing I want to show you is the enterprise voice here for this user is now showing true. So because it is showing true, so if you sign in as the enterprise voice guy, you are definitely going to have the phone number, the dial pad showing up. But I must tell you this again, you can assign this license to the user and you still cannot see enterprise voice enabled, right? I mean, yeah, you can see that the user has no dial pad even after giving him the license, assigning phone number to the user. And you come in here to check and it is showing that enterprise voice is enabled. Turn it off and wait for like 2 hours and turn it back on, and then the user should have that phone number showing up for him. Now the question is, how do you turn on and off enterprise voice? Like I told you, if you've given the phone number, the license, everything to the user and dial pad is still not showing up, is a common issue. Alright, so if you go to check enterprise voice and it shows true, it means that everything is supposed to be working as expected. But if it's still not working, you can toggle it. So it's just to disable it the same way enterprise voice. The phone numbers will still be assigned, the licenses will still be assigned, and just wait for a while and then re-enable it. So let's just look at this as we wrap up. Enable enterprise voice PowerShell. I know it says CS phone number assignment enterprise voice enabled true, so but I just want to show you so that in case you are looking for it, you know where to get it. CS phone number assignment enterprise voice enabled true. Let me see this, and then let me see this. The phone number assignment. Yeah, this is it. So this is it. If it is not working properly, I haven't given all the licenses to the user and it's not working. So what you do is to come here. For example, you've given all licenses to this user here, and it's not working. What you just do is to paste this here, then turn it to false, then to turn false for this user, wait for 2 hours, turn it back to true, and the user is definitely going to have that showing up for him. So I just wanted to show you around all these things. If you have any question, please you can just drop it on the comment section and I'll be happy to respond to you. Cheers and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.